Are you having a difficult time finding time in your crazy life to create, to paint? Then this is for you. Time management for the artist. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, Shelley here with Life Creates Art. Thank you for joining me on Time Management for the Artist. I first of all want to thank everyone for subscribing to our channel. We have been doing this for about a month now, and we already have 52 subscribers, so yay, we're super excited. And thank everyone for subscribing to the channel, and also to my amazing husband who does all of the editing and all of that. He works so hard. He works a full-time job and then comes home and does all the editing. So thank you so much. And I hope you'll keep joining me and keep subscribing and keep liking. I really want to hear from you. Really want to hear from you. So let's get on to time management for the artist. First of all, I've got my lollipop. And I'll be talking more about this lollipop. It has to do with time management at the end of the video. It's a really delicious lollipop. Anyway, I know your life is short. Life can be crazy. And we have so little precious time to work on our art, especially if we work outside the home, if we have a family, if we have children, and taking that time to take time for you. And I had small kids when I started painting, actually a newborn when I started painting. And it was really, really difficult to find time to create. And over the years, I have learned to balance that and all of that. But now I have sort of an advantage because my youngest of 5 is 16. And he's out of the house a lot doing the things he does at school. And so I have a little less stress, but I know that you, in your life, I understand you. I've been there. You have trouble managing your time because things get out of control. Things get a little nutsy. And I still have to take time to plan my days in spite of having only one child left in the house. I still have to be very meticulous about planning because otherwise things kind of take over. And I find I have less and less time for my creative activities, especially with my YouTube channel and all of that and part-time work outside of the home. It can be really difficult. So I understand, I know how crazy your schedule is, but I know you can do this and you can make time for your art. So let's get started with number 1. So the first one is balancing your time. We all have trouble balancing our time in life because things get loaded on us. I completely understand. All of a sudden you'll be going through your day and somebody will throw in something else and add to your craziness already. But I want to let you know that you have to find balance. You must balance your time. Balance is defined as an even distribution of weight or something to remain upright and steady. So you have to find that balance. Otherwise, you're going to be uptight and unsteady. And life, we know, is a balancing act. And you must find balance. You must sort of breathe through things. Don't forget to stop. In 60-Second Life Molding, I talked about yielding. You must stop and assess things that are going on around you to maintain that balance and then proceed with wisdom and keep moving forward. We have things in our lives. We have family, we have relationships, we have children, we have work and taking time to downtime for you and also that creative process. So finding a calm balance is going to be very important to you. Think balance in your life. That's the first thing you should always be doing is thinking, I need to find my balance today. And make sure that you're taking time for you. Take time to sort of refocus yourself, to realign yourself. If you need to, go out and go for a 10-minute walk. Go sit on a bench and look at the birds, look at the trees, go sketch something. Just find that time for you so that you can fill up that empty cup again. And then you will help, it'll help with your creative process, I promise you, if you take that time to do that. So number 1, now we're going to be moving on to number 2, finding out when your creativity peaks. Are you a morning person? Are you a night person? I, for one, am not a morning person. No, no, no. And my husband would agree. Not a morning person. I tend to want to stay up at night, much to my detriment sometimes, because sometimes I'm up at 12, 1 o'clock at night and in the morning, and I'm full of energy and want to create then. But then again, I'm not getting enough sleep. So be sure that you're balancing and you're getting enough sleep if you're a night person. So I crave painting. I crave that creative process. But I also know that I have to clear out my have-tos before I can do my want-tos. Sometimes painting is a have-to, because sometimes I've got a commissioned piece to go out and I have to get that process done. But for the most part, I keep it and try to maintain the mentality that painting is a want-to. And that way, my art does not become work. It doesn't become a drudgery. I was actually just having a conversation with somebody about this, about having your art become work. And so you have to be sure that you're keeping that creative process flowing and finding out with yourself, knowing yourself, when is your creative process peaking? Is it in the morning? Or do you find you're more creative in the afternoon? Maybe when you get a few things done, you like to create a little bit, and then to get a few more have-tos done a little bit later. But you need to find out when you peak and go with that with your scheduling. And now we come to number 3. And number 3 has 3 words: schedule, prioritize, set goals. Not necessarily in that order. I would actually put it in reverse order. Set goals, prioritize, and then schedule. So here's how I do it. This is my process, and I hope that my process helps you a little bit, or at least you can find some version of this that will help you in your life. I write everything down. And if you watched my story that I released on my birthday, May 31st, you will see that it's important for me. It is the way that I learn. It's the way that I keep my life in balance. I have to write everything down. And so at the beginning of the year, New Year's Day, pretty much around there, I start thinking about my goals for the year. Because keep in mind, when you set goals, long-term goals will create your short-term goals. So it will help you, trust me. So here's how I do it. Here's how I set my long-term goals. New Year's Day, I take a look at my year and what I want to accomplish. So let's just say I want to do 2 shows. This is one of my goals. I want to do 2 shows in an art fair this year. So I write down that goal. Now, if I just left that goal as I want to do 2 art fairs this year, then I wouldn't do the art fairs, because I've not set smaller goals for myself to help me achieve that goal. So I want to do 2 art fairs this year. What do I have to do to accomplish that task? That's what you need to ask yourself. What do I have to do to accomplish that goal? And then you write those down too. So I have to locate, I have to schedule for these fairs, get them on the calendar, start contacting people. Then I have to create at least 5 to 6 pieces a month, depending on when the art show is, if I want to accomplish that goal. So those are my smaller goals. My big one is show in 2 art fairs. How am I going to accomplish that? I'm going to locate, I'm going to schedule, and I'm going to create 5 to 6 pieces a month in order to do that. And here's another, okay? And I know a lot of people out there can relate with this. So I want to lose weight. How much do you want to lose? That's my big goal. I want to lose weight this year. Let's say I want to lose 25 pounds. Set that as your goal. Now write the ones below it. How are you going to accomplish that? I write down on my list, drink water every day, because I need that reminder. Drink lots of water. Drink lots of water. And maybe another smaller goal will be go for a walk at least 4 times a week. So those are things you can put on your daily tasks. Make more meals at home. So all of those things help me meet the goal, the main goal that I want to accomplish, which is losing weight. And so I manage my tasks and not my time. Now, this is important. I'm going to repeat that. I manage my tasks and not my time. When I write out my daily lists, when I prioritize, when I schedule every single day, what I have to do is prioritize which are my have-tos that I have to do, and then what are my want-tos, the things that I want to accomplish. So I have to get my have-tos out of the way in order for me to really feel like I can create. And if you're that way, then this is going to help you. So when I say I manage my tasks and not my time, I personally am not the type of person that writes on my list, from 8 to 9, I study. From 9 to 10:30, I wash dishes and clean the kitchen. I am not a time manager. I am a task manager. So what I do is I write down everything and then I simply get them done. And it's very exciting when you get to check those off. So, so manage your tasks or your time, whatever works best for you. I was having a conversation again with someone else this weekend who said that that he works best when he does schedule his time. He said he will not accomplish his jobs and things he has to get done if he doesn't say, okay, from 10 to 12, I am studying, because he said he just won't do it. So it's really up to you and how you're going to function best. But writing everything down is going to help you. Scheduling, getting those goals and then prioritizing them, what needs to be done. In our life, we have so much piled on top of us. So get it smaller in your mind and think, what can I do today? Don't make your big goal the main thing every day. Make those smaller tasks the things that will get you to a point where you can reach that big goal. Okay, now before I move on to number 4, I want to touch on what I just talked about a little bit. So writing everything down. Now, number 4 is actually finding an app or getting a notepad or a clipboard. I always have a clipboard with me, and that's where I write my things down. So it's really a personal desire of how you work best. I Googled apps for time management, and there were a ton. I'm not going to list them all because you can go onto Google and look them up yourself and find the one that's best for you. I'm not an app person. I am a list person. I have to write it down. I have to see it all the time. And then I love to cross those things out. Scribble, scribble, scribble when I finish them. There's sort of a dopamine level that must occur in your brain when you're doing that, because I'm telling you, I love to cross things out when I'm finished with the task. So yeah, number 4 is apps or writing a list. And moving on now to number 5, learn to say no. Learn to say no to people. It is important to share and to give to people, but it's also important to remember to balance your time and value your own time. If you want to make time to create, I mean, this will not only help you in creating and making time for your art, this is going to help you in your life. So finding that balance and learning to say no. You can't say yes to everybody. You can't. Believe me, I was that kind of person. I had 5 little children running around, and I felt horrible every time I would have to say no, which was almost never. And in the end, I got kind of burnt out. And then I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything that was for me. I couldn't do anything that was creative or put time into myself so that I can recharge my battery, so that I can be better for someone else. So do learn to say no. It is important. Again, it's good to share. It's good to love, and it's good to give. But also, you have to give to yourself too, so you can be better for other people. Okay, and number 6, build good planning habits. It takes 66 days to form a habit. Now, I know you've heard 21, that's what I believe too, but I actually looked it up, and studies are finding that it actually takes 66 days. And I know that's kind of daunting. You have to do something for 66 days, but trust me, in the end, you will be better off. So you are the master of your time. So be the master of your time. And every night before you go to bed, take a few minutes and write down what your tasks are going to be. Or in the morning while you're sitting there having morning coffee, coffee, write down what your tasks are going to be. And then keep going, keep pressing through. This is difficult to maintain and make the good habit of planning and scheduling your day. But if you really want time for creative outlet, for painting, for sketching, for doing whatever that you do, for your sculpting, what have you, then you need to prioritize. You need to write these things down. And keep in mind, every single day, either the night before or that morning, write down your tasks. And successful people, they are successful because they make goals and they plan and they accomplish things because they take their big tasks and they break it down and they accomplish little small goals every day working towards that goal. You want more time for your art? Then shape and mold your day. Absolutely shape and mold and build those good planning habits. Life is precious and life is short. And if you're feeling out of control, then don't forget to write things down, because when you feel a little out of control, you can write a list and that will help you maintain some of that control in your life, because you are the master of your time. So shape it. And remember this, lollipop. I want to eat this lollipop. But you know what? I have to eat it one lick at a time. One lick at a time. One goal at a time. One task at a time. And I promise you that you will be able to create and have that creative outlet if you schedule and you prioritize and you make time for yourself. Don't forget, one lick at a time. Balance is an even distribution of weight of something to remain upright and remain steady. So one lick at a time, one day at a time, and one moment at a time. And I hope this helped you, this time management helped you, and I hope you can create and continue to create and like and subscribe. I would really love to hear from you. I want to hear ideas that you have for me. I mean, I have 52 subscribers right now, and I would love to hear some from my subscribers to see what they want to see on this channel. So I'm open to that, and I look forward to hearing from you, and tell me how this is helping you. All right, you guys, have a beautiful day, and remember, set priorities, set a schedule, and you will have time to create. This is Shelley signing out. Bye. Time to create, to paint. Okay, cut.